Chicos, empieza la conferencia oficial de Overwatch 2 acerca de todo lo que se viene de aquí a la salida del juego y una vez salga el juego el 4 de octubre. Vamos a ver qué nos cuentan nuestra querida amiga Zoe.
As an always-on, always evolving live service game that will be free to play for everyone. Now, if you're like me, you're eager to learn more, and that is why I'm here today at the Blizzard campus to better understand the decisions behind the announcements.
Vamos a ver cómo lo van a hacer.
Joining me are Overwatch game director Aaron Keller and production director Paul Hale.
Bienvenidos, amigos. Hola, hermanos.
Doing great.
Correcto, esto es lo que ya hablamos. Free to play y sale el 4 de octubre. Free to play, que me preguntaba luego la gente, ¿pero free to play quiere decir que yo podré jugar? Sí, free to play, como cualquier juego free to play. Puedes jugarlo, lo descargas y juegas. Y ya, ¿se acabó? ¿No hay nada más que explicar?
One that continues to evolve and expand through seasonal content drops and keeps the game as fresh and fun to play.
Temporadas cada 9 semanas.
We're lucky to have such a passionate and creative set of players. And we know that they've been craving more ways to play the game they love so much. In recent years, we haven't done a good enough job at delivering that for our fans, and we feel their frustration. We took a hard look at our strategy for Overwatch 2 to make sure that we could deliver new heroes, new maps, modes, and more to the community on a frequent and consistent basis.
Exacto. Y lo van a hacer cada 9 semanas en temporadas. O sea, van a ver cada temporada va a haber nuevo mapa, nuevo héroe y tal. Cada 9 semanas, eso es un mes y 3 semanas. Casi 2 meses.
How are you and the team planning to deliver?
O sea, no, cada 2.
Well, the very first step is
2 meses
getting
y
the
3
game
semanas.
into everyone's hands, and that's going to happen on
O sea, 3
October
semanas no,
4th
y
when we
una semana,
transition
de verdad.
Overwatch
Las
1
mates,
and
hermano.
invite every piece. That there's
O sea, es
always
más
something
rápido que
new
el
to
Apex.
play, chase, unlock in Overwatch 2.
Well, that all
Apex son cada
sounds
3 meses,
amazing, and
nueva
it's so
temporada.
much of it too. And now,
Y en Overwatch va a ser cada
Of course, I'd be
2 meses,
happy
un poquito
to
más.
share a look at the road ahead.
A ver.
Our journey is going to begin on October 4th.
Todo comienza el 4 de octubre, con la Season 1. 3 héroes, que ya los conocemos.
6 new maps,
Falta el del
a
Zorro.
brand new mode, and
6
more.
nuevos maps.
The new heroes include
El nuevo
Sojourner,
modo debe ser el de push y las skins y todo, ¿no? Uno de los 9
Queen,
héroes.
and a brand new
Sojourner.
support hero that will reveal
¿Se
in the
viene?
months ahead.
Ay, que lo van a
Our new maps
revivir,
will take
es a
players
enseñar más
across the
adelante.
globe to iconic locations.
perra.
Our new PvP mode called Push
Vale,
will challenge
entonces,
teams in new and exciting ways.
El
Players
juego
will
sale un
also
poco
be
con lo
able
que
to
ya hemos
unlock
visto,
new
no sale con
cosmetic
nada nuevo.
items through the
Bueno,
in-game
el héroe
store
nuevo es.
and Battle Pass,
¡Battle Pass!
as well as complete
¡Hostias!
weekly challenges and experience the start of competitive play 2.0.
¿Cómo?
And of course,
¿Blizzard adaptándose a la
everyone will
industria
also be able to
2022?
access
¡Joder!
revamped heroes,
Un poco tarde, pero
PvP
bien.
maps, and fan-favorite game modes from the first Overwatch game.
Oh,
Our next season will arrive in early
Season
December,
2.
where we will
Nuevo
introduce
tanque.
a new tank hero
Nuevo mapa.
along with a new map. We'll have more
En
themed
diciembre
cosmetic
6.
items for players to
Nueva
earn and unlock,
skin
and
mítica
an all-new Battle Pass,
y un
and
nuevo
also
Battle
an
Pass.
in-game store.
Esto
And in
es tipo
2023,
Apex, tipo
we'll continue
Fortnite.
to release a new season every 9 weeks with either a new hero, new map, or new mode. Players will get the chance to earn more themed content, complete weekly challenges, access new battle passes,
Y
and
aquí
more.
empieza el PvE.
There will always be something new to play.
Hostia, esto está fresco.
In 2023, we'll also begin releasing our new PvE experience,
A ver,
which we're
cuéntame sobre
really
el PvE.
excited about. We're really looking forward to being able to share more with the community as we get closer to releasing.
Maps Evolve.
I'm really excited about how we've refreshed all the maps, lighting and shadows, and just made stuff pop a little bit more. We also added some options with like daytime, nighttime.
I think all of the Overwatch 2 maps in the beta, we're listening to feedback, so we're going to improve each map based on what the players have been saying.
We've been working on these for a little while now, and we're really excited about it.
We were really happy with the positive feedback once people were able to play it, and I think it was an important milestone for us to get it in players' hands.
Competitive 2.0. ¿Sistema Rankeds nuevo?
Competitive play is a different thing to a lot of different people. And we really didn't think we were providing enough tools and measures to actually help players out if they did want to improve. We're reworking our scoreboard to provide more information to players as they're playing through the match. But then once they finish the match, we're actually going to provide an after-action report. So you can look at the report while you're in queue. You could actually go into your history section and look, we want to work towards providing you with information that will help you improve your game.
Vale.
We've been getting feedback from a lot of different areas, from our community team, like streamers, influencers.
To provide a bit of like feeling of progression. So one of the things we're making alongside that is not making your skill rating quite so granular. Right now it's a very hard number. Instead of numeric skill rating, we're adding these skill tiers within the larger ones. If you see someone at a really high skill tier, you know that that person is not just that good of an Overwatch player, but they've earned it.
Supongo, ¿no? Como en otros juegos, se refiere a eso. Divisiones, ¿no? No lo ha dejado claro, pero creo que sí.
We really go into every
Lo que no me está
little bit of
gustando de
detail,
momento es que
trying to
están
find
como queriendo decir
a way
algo y
that
no lo
every
dicen.
sound will cut through. When we started on Overwatch 1, we were really focused on
Experiencia
the headphone
PV
mix.
y no
We
cuentan
thought
qué va a
for,
ser.
a PC first
Nuevo
kind of
héroe
game.
de support y no lo
We realized
explican.
that people listen to
Nuevo
Overwatch
modo
in all
competitivo
types of different
2.0,
places.
pero no acaban de decir
now
cómo
we
es.
support home theater, Dolby Atmos in the
Contadnos más,
game.
hostia.
Now consoles offer all kinds of new things too, like 3D audio that we're supporting.
What does that mean for us, the players? Well,
A ver, explícalo mejor.
I went behind the scenes to talk with the team working on new seasonal content and find out more. So let's take a closer look at what players can expect when Overwatch 2 expands post-launch.
A ver cómo van a ir evolucionando el juego. Seasonal content.
We're really excited because people will just be able to just fully immerse yourself in the maps and the storylines and the hero.
Content involving skins and other great goodies for players to get their hands on for each seasonal drop. And along with the free-to-play change, we're doing away with loot boxes entirely. We have a new Battle Pass model coming in, and we have store as well. So players will have a lot more control about how they interact with the game and how they acquire new content.
Counters a certain strategy that's too strong in a game.
We've got 2 more supports and another tank in just the first couple of seasons. And we're still working on new characters for a year and a half down the line as well. There's characters that folks have already seen glimpses of in the story.
Ya los hemos visto en la historia.
Also characters that you've never seen before, never heard about.
Maximilian, Mauga,
we're looking at making sure the new heroes fit within this new, very fast-paced paradigm and less shields and crowd control. You can see a lot of that reflected in team play moments, but with a much faster-paced vibe.
New maps. A ver.
We want to push the sci-fi, the futuristic feeling of maps. There's a touch of sci-fi everywhere you look. So this is something that was a bit more subtle in Overwatch 1. We really want players to feel that the world takes place in not-so-distant future.
Coming up next is Rio.
Oh,
Rio,
nice.
New PvP map. Pretty sure everybody's gonna love that one as well.
Está en la beta, supongo, ¿no?
There's a map that takes place in Portugal. This map is pretty close to the team because our lead environment artist, he's from Portugal. People from the location should really get a sense that we've done a ton of research and we were very inspired, and I think we captured it pretty beautifully in the game. It is a push map, one of the newest game modes, and we tried some pretty interesting layouts for this one, so we hope the players like it. We definitely want the game to feel like a globe-trotting adventure.
There's new types of content from what you're used to in Overwatch 1. We have charms, we have banners.
Hola, banners,
the current Mythic skin that's in the works, that I worked on actually, is for Genji. He's got this kind of cyberpunk Japanese demonic theme. Mythic skins are meant to be this next tier of skins above legendary.
Superior al legendario.
Go in there and pick and choose certain pieces meant to be this extra awesome legendary skin that you can customize. We're concurrently developing quite a few Mythic skins. They're going to be released over the seasons.
Las iremos lanzando las temporadas, que será la última skin del pase.
For weapon charms, really what we're looking for there is just for the players to be able to express themselves and dress their character up. One of our core tenets on Overwatch visually is to focus a lot on the first-person view. We want you to be able to see it and enjoy it while you're playing the game.
One thing that was really important to us was to make sure that players, if they earn anything in the game anywhere, that they're able to use it everywhere. So if you earn something on console or on PC or on Overwatch 1, you can always use it anywhere in Overwatch 2
Lo van a meter aquí en Overwatch.
This new season, there'll be a ton of new content and a new battle pass as well. These seasonal updates will allow us to be constantly infusing the game with new content, new heroes, new maps. So the game is going to feel fresh just all the time.
There's always going to be something for you to do or
season. So you mentioned that PvE is coming in 2020.
Vale, ¿van a hablar de esto?
Can you tell us how the development is going and why the team is committed to bringing these
kinds of experiences into
Overwatch?
We're all so invested in the world of Overwatch and the heroes that live in it. And through the years, we've developed cinematics, animated shorts, and graphic novels for our players who just want to get deeper into the lore. With PvE, we have an opportunity to go a step further, to go deeper into diverse storytelling in ways that we really just haven't been able to before. So we are planning to expand the Overwatch universe through these seasons that we just described, and we will start delivering this PvE gameplay in 2023.
PvE will be delivered through the live service, and that means we'll be able to deliver and tell more Overwatch stories and create more opportunities to experience our heroes. Here's a sneak peek at what we're working on.
A ver, pero entonces...
The team's goal for PvE
va a ir como con
Overwatch 2
poco a poco, ¿no?
is to basically move the overall story of Overwatch 4. We've told a lot of short stories along the way. There are a lot of to-be continues. It's time for us to answer those questions, close off some of those stories, ask new questions.
Those doors open!
For the PvP live service, for certain seasons, you're also going to get some PvE maps. You'll be fighting Null Sector in at least some of the maps. They've come back and they're mad, so it's Overwatch's job to take them out. There's going to be content for you to immerse yourself in and continue to play over and over again.
A lot of the older guys from the original Overwatch team, they're coming back, but they need help with some of the younger generation like Brigitte and Lucio. So we're going to tell the story of how Overwatch basically gets back together. Another thing we want to do with the story is to showcase more of where the characters are from. For example, Torbjorn is from Gothenburg. Players will get a chance to see what Torbjorn's factory looks like.
You can play PvE with your friends and immerse yourself in the world and stay inside of it a little bit longer.
Pero espero que estén los talentos y todo eso.
This is incredible. Let's take a look.
Uy. Ahí va.
And I know pain. Omnix Mutants Raiders, many I've slain. Junker Town is my domain, and when I'm done, none of this will remain. There will be a reckoning!
Hostia. Está guapa, Odia a los ómnicos.
Just wow.
Es
What
racista,
an unbelievable new hero, and we will dive deeper into Junker Queen. But first, I wanted to introduce art director Dion Rogers and a few new faces to the show. We have narrative designer Miranda Moyer and cinematic director Ben Dye. Thank you guys so much for joining. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you for having us.
Happy to be here.
She was kind of born out of the Junkertown map. We started to create this map that was associated with Roadhog and Junkrat. This narrative started to appear where they've been kicked out of the city. And so we're like, who kicked them out? And we're like, well, maybe there's some sort of leader. So we had the kind of Junkertown decree that you can see in the level.
When we started on Junker Queen, first we have to decide what kind of role she's going to take. So she's a tank. She's a really aggressive tank. You know, we didn't want her to be kind of a Reinhardt style, stay back and guard her team. She's got this very ferocious nature, and we wanted for that to be represented in her gameplay as well.
Personally, what I'm most excited about Junker Queen is just her big axe, you know, just to be able to swing that thing around is awesome.
It's always great to have some sort of anchor point. We want to make sure we really incorporate this axe into her abilities.
Qué fresco el hacha, cabrón.
Her secondary we call Jagged Blade. If you do your quick melee attack, she will kind of swing with the blade instead of normal punch. It does a little bit of extra damage and creates a wound on the enemy. So she can throw the blade as her secondary fire, and it's really a great sort of skill shot to be able to land on the enemy, especially like a moving enemy if you can land it. And after you throw it, she'll recall it, and the force of recalling it, if it's stuck into somebody, will actually pull them forward. So she can actually kind of pull people to herself if you can manage to stick that blade into somebody. For Junker Queen's ultimate, we have an ability called Rampage. She creates this kind of whirlwind of magnetized metal, including her weapons, and it whirls around her, and then she dashes forward, and you try to go through as many enemies as possible and tag them all up. It also wounds everybody, which is really important because it's very easy to hit with this large area effect, so it heals you for a lot. But also, it creates a debuff on the enemies that reduces the healing that they receive to 0.
Allah!
Our sound designer has done an incredible job with her. She's full of snarky fun to the way she plays. So all throughout her kit, there's little guitar sounds actually hidden. So if you listen to her axe, she pulls it out and there's a big screech on the guitar strings and she pulls it forward.
Tiene buena pinta,
Queen of Junkertown has arrived.
Tiene muy buena
how
pinta.
does Junker Queen...
Knowing she's the only tank on the team, what abilities that will help bolster the team? She has this commanding shout. It boosts the speed and armor of the heroes around her.
Eso no lo había escuchado antes.
Especially you need to push through a choke. She does the shout. All the players hear it. They move forward. She has a bunch of weapons, you know. I think she named one of her weapons, right?
Yeah, her knife that she throws and pulls back is named Gracie.
Yeah, right. A lot of her abilities kind of drain on the heroes and gives her health back.
Her ultimate, basically, it shoots you forward and you do this whirlwind with her axe that it does like a big anti-nade on everybody around you. She's very aggressive and people are going to have a ton of fun playing it.
Are there any particular maps you feel that Junker Queen plays really well on?
Getting close is where she's pretty dangerous, so maps that have a nice flank routes allow her to get in closer to the enemy and then start to do what she does best is reckoning.
So am I, waiting to see it. So let's take a look at the world premiere of the Overwatch 2's new cinematic, The Wastelander, featuring the latest hero, Junker Queen.
Vale, atentos, ¿eh?
Let the wasteland deal with them.
Mom? Dad? What's happening?
We fought in a war together, Ryzen. Don't.
Please, don't leave us out here alone.
Get out of my city.
Era ella de pequeña, quizá esa, ¿no? Ese era su sueño. Era ella de pequeña.
I'm not allowed to have a bad dream.
¡Reviéntalo, reviéntalo! ¡Reviéntalo!
No Wastelander has ever made it to the reckoning before.
Hay un crack.
But here I am. A free-for-all. With zero rules. And the survivor...
El que sobreviva se queda al trono.
King Howell has never lost. Not in 13 years of rule.
Hasta hoy, que lo vas a reventar.
Not until today.
The reckoning begins in 5, 4, 3.
Did you really think this would be a fair fight? You don't survive the reckoning unless the winner grants you mercy. That's why I've got to win this whole thing.
Ah, bueno, es que son todos contra ella, claro.
All right, let's get this started. Scavengers like you ain't so bad.
Hostia, te la he explicado, amigo.
You know how to fight dirty.
Oh.
I want scabs like him on my side when I'm queen.
No lo quiere matar.
Speaking of, come on, big boy. Off target. This one. G'day, Mary. What are you smiling about? If you're smart enough to run the Tinkers, why are you working for this strong guy? Like you'd be any better. At least I won't shoot my friends in the back.
the scum. Why won't you just die?
Because we're stronger than you. You haven't had a real fight. In 13
Es una diosa.
years, we have them every bloody day.
I am the king. I own everyone here.
Not in this arena.
Hostia.
This meathead has a bigger magnet? Figures. Go!
Hostia.
That could have gone better.
Saca el Rampage. Haz el Rampage, amiga. Rampage. Desenfreno. La ulti. Ah, no, le van a ayudar. Gracias.
You idiot. I'll kill you for that.
No. Not today.
Ahora. Dios. Buah. Ahora sí, ¿no?
I'll give you the same mercy you showed my family 13 years ago. Get out of my city.
Junker Queen!
Well, that turned out all right, didn't it? But now they're probably wondering what sort of changes I'll make around here. Well, buckle up. They're about to find out.
Nah, soy su fan número 1. Está guapísima, cabrón. Al carré, perro. Cerdo, feo, asqueroso.
Well, that about wraps things up for today here at Blizzard. I want to thank...
A ver, primero, en cuanto a las novedades que han mostrado, que es el Río de Janeiro, la Junker Queen, que va a venir también otra heroína que va a ser Support, la del zorrito y tal, todo tiene muy buena pinta. Segundo lugar, en cuanto a que el Overwatch vaya a pasar a ser un juego free to play con pases de batalla, temporadas de 9 semanas y que cada temporada tengamos nuevo contenido que según han dicho va a ser héroes nuevos y cada 2 temporadas un mapa nuevo, con pase de batalla, con nuevas skins y todo eso, a mí me parece que ya tardaban, para empezar. O sea, me parece de puta madre, pero es que ya tardaban. Así que bien, tarde, pero mejor tarde que nunca, Blizzard. Y lo negativo que diría yo de la presentación es mencionar cosas que no vas a hablar realmente. Por ejemplo, ¿qué pasa con el competitivo 2.0, tío? Porque han dicho un nuevo sistema competitivo 2.0, pero no lo han enseñado realmente. Simplemente han dicho que en vez de ser por puntos, o sea, por un rating numérico, que va a ser distinto, más granular. Supongo que tiene que ver con que pues serás diamante 4, diamante 3, como en otros juegos, ¿no? Supongo. Y luego, en cuanto al PV, Lo han explicado un poquito más luego, pero no me ha quedado del todo claro. O sea, por lo que he entendido, va a venir en formato de una experiencia nueva, una historia nueva, un capítulo nuevo cada X tiempo, ¿no? Por lo que he entendido. Que empieza en octubre 4, el mismo día que sale el juego oficialmente.